Why do 90% of top developers swear by this roadmap? Stick around to find out. Hey there, aspiring developers. If you're dreaming of building eye-catching websites and interactive web apps, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know to become a front-end pro in 2025. First up, we'll start with the basics: HTML5 and CSS3. These are your bread and butter for creating the structure and style of your web pages. Then we'll dive into JavaScript fundamentals. Learn how to bring your sites to life with dynamic content and cool effects. Next, we'll explore DOM manipulation. Think of it as your magic wand for transforming web pages on the fly. But wait, there's more. We'll jump into modern front-end frameworks like React.js, master components, props, state, hooks, and routing to create real-world scalable projects. Whether you're just starting out or leveling up your skills, this roadmap has got you covered. Ready to code your future? Let's get started.
So this is the stage 1 fundamentals. Here we have HTML5, which is hypertext markup language, CSS3 cascading style sheets, JavaScript. Then we can go to HTML5, the first language that you need to learn to begin your front-end journey. HTML5 stands for hypertext markup language. This is standard markup language which is used to create the structure and content of web pages. You can consider the HTML5 as a skeleton of a human body. The bones that the skeleton structure is there now. So that is nothing but the HTML5. So here you can see this is the basic structure. You can see here the doc type HTML. This mentions that the document type is HTML, and we have the major HTML index lines. Then we have the head tag where we add our meta elements, and as well as we will add our title tag for the website. Then we have the body tag, inside which we will write all the HTML5 code that will be displayed in the browser, and we will end it with an HTML closing tag. So this is the core HTML tags that we have. First we have the heading tags. The heading tags start from h1 to h6, and these heading tags will reduce in size as we go from lower to higher. That is from h1. H1 is the largest heading tag we have, and h6 is the smallest heading tag we have. The font size will be reduced for each and every heading tag that we have. That is for the h1 tag, h2 tag, h3 tag, h4, h5 and h6. Total 6 heading tags are available. And then we have the paragraph tag. So we use the paragraph tag whenever we want to write more content that you want to add, more lines of information that you want to add, then you can go for the paragraph tag. Then we have the anchor tag. So you can see here we can use the anchor tag. We have an attribute that is href, which will be used for referencing to any website or any page that you want to redirect. Whenever you want to click on that anchor tag, you can add that in this href argument that is provided here for the anchor tag. Here you can see I have added www.google.com. So whenever you click on this anchor tag, you will be moved to this particular location. So you can add any website URL here in the href section, which will be used to redirect to that particular page. Then we have the image tag, and you can see image tag is self-closing tag. You can see the remaining tags like anchor tag, paragraph tag or heading tag. They have both starting and ending tags. But for the image tag, it is a self-closing tag. You can see we don't have extra image tag, that is the ending image tag will not be available here. And we have two attributes here. You can see one is the source, which will be used to link your image that you want to add. Here you can see I've added the logo.png. And alt tag is that whenever the image doesn't display in the website and you want to mention to the user that okay, so in this place we have an image, and that image is nothing but the logo, you can mention in the alt in the image tag. Then we have the list elements. In the list we have two. One is the unordered list and the second one is the order list. Unordered list has a list item, say similar to that. Order list also has a list item. Here the list item is the one where we mention what are the attributes and what are the duties that you want to add in the list. Like you can mention your 5 favorite hobbies that you have. You can mention one after the another in the list item tag. The difference between unordered list and order list is that in the unordered list you will be having like star marks or the arrow marks. You can see like similar way here you can see heading, paragraph, anchor tags have the arrow marks, right? in such a format, only we'll get in the unordered list. But in the ordered list, we'll get in the format like numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In an ordered manner, we will also get ABCD also, which is nothing but the ordered list. Then you can go to form. Just one second. You can go to form. Form is one of the important topic in the HTML5. Definitely try to learn it. It will be used for login and registration forms that you have, or any forms that you want to fill by the user. You can use this form element that is available in the HTML5 structure. So it is one of the major topics that that are there in the HTML file. So you can see this is the structure of the entire form and all the details, all the inputs that you can give in the form element. First is the label one. You can see the label. Label is nothing but the name that you want to give to any input that you are going to give in the form, right? So like name. Name is the label that I have given, and for that name, I'm giving an input. You can see input tag is a self-closing tag here, and I'm adding the type. The type is nothing but the text, email, or submit. Anything you can have. There are a lot more types that are available for the form element. So here I'm using label as name, right? So name is nothing but text. So I'm gonna use for the input type text. So what it will do that it will create a input box which only accepts the text element. So only it will accept the words that we're going to enter. And if you mention email, and if you don't, if you mention email, then it will consider the input data to be an email. And for email, what is the major thing is that at the date gmail.com or email.com is mandatory for any email, right? So it's gonna validate that. That is the importance of using a type. So it will automatically validate. You don't have to write another JavaScript code and check whether the user has entered the correct email or not. So it is one of the best things that is there in the HTML5 input tag, that is to add type function that we have here. That is, it can be a text, email, or submit. Then we have text area. So whenever you want to give the user to write a message or a paragraph of information that you want the user to write, then you can use the text area and you can mention the number of rows or columns that you want to provide to the user, so that you can write, so that we can get an enlarged box area where the user can showcase the information, or where the user can type the information. Then we have the select. You can see in lot of forms we have options, right? Yes or no options will be there, like do you live in India? Then we have options given below. One is yes and one is no. You can click on that. To create that option, we use select and option tags that are available in the form. So select, in that select, we will add as many options as you want. Here you can see I've added yes. You can also add another option where no, and these two options will be displayed to you in the main browser. So you can select the option either yes or no. So these are the main tags that are available in the form element. So form is one of the important topic in HTML5, and one of the most important topic for the front-end development, because you definitely need to have a login or registration form to your website, right? So it is one of the very important topics. Definitely try to learn it, and you can see all this information here only it is available. So the only thing is that you have to practice more, create more forms, use all the type functions that are available, all the attributes that we have, so that you can be able to master them. Multimedia elements in the HTML5. So multimedia is nothing but audio, video, and source. So these three tags are called as multimedia elements. So whenever you want to add audio element into the into the browser, then you have to use this audio tag. You can see audio is in the audio tag we have added controls. So what does this controls do? This controls is nothing but it is an attribute. By adding this attribute, we will get an pause button to the audio function that we have added. Just think that you have added an audio, that is music.mp3 is added to your website. So by adding the control, what will happen is that you will also get the control panel, like the pause button, stop button, or the volume up and down button that we have in the websites, right? So that will be added by adding the controls. So this is very important, that you need to add the control if you want to fast forward, or speed the data. Then you can add this control to the audio tag. You can see source src is not my source, where you have to mention the music name. Here you can see music.mp3. Then we have the video tag. It is similar to the audio tag controls. Then we have the source, that is app.mp4. Then we have the source tag. Source is nothing but whenever you can add multiple one. You can add a audio or you can also add a video. You just have to mention the type of the source only. So it will recognize, okay, this right now we are adding the source is app.mp4. So we are also mentioning type equal to video slash mp4. Okay. So this is a video element. So we have to by that the computer will be able to understand that, okay, here the person is adding a video, so I have to render it as a video element. So it is one of the important topics in the HTML file, because we add lot of videos, presentations in the website, right? So it is very important to know these things. Then we can go to the next topic, which is one of the major topics that we have in HTML5, which is table. Creation of table is very important in your website. It can be showcasing your education details, like which school you have studied, which year you have passed out, or which grade you got. So, and also your experience information like company name, what is your role, how much you got paid. So this information can be shown in your website, right? So table is one of the most important topics that are available in the HTML5. So here this is the code. This is the basic code that we have for the table. Then we have the table row. In the table row, we have the table head. So table headings are written as using the th, that is nothing but table heading. Then we can create. So why is there are two rows? You can see here the first row tr is nothing but the table row. We'll create the headings, like you can see here, name, age, country comes under the table row, first table row, where I'm adding the table head, and I'm adding the table head names, that is name, age, and country. Then we are creating another table row where I'm using td, which is nothing but table data. So whatever the name that I have, right, for that I want to add a data like Harry here. You can see Harry is the data that I want to add for the name element. So I can add it by using the table data tag that we have in the table concept. Here you can see this is the table data. Then I can mention age for that also, for also country also. You can just have to write here, like create another table data tag and write like age equal to 28. Then we can also write country for that Britain. You can see how the format is there here. Like if you mention that, you can see here, like if I mention table heading, right, in that place I mention name, age, and country. So in the same format, you have to mention the data also, table data also. You have to mention the same format, because it will take line by line, right? So first one you have the name, and in the table data row you are writing the age, means it will be like wrong, right? Wrong information we are displaying. So you have to be very concentrated here. So whatever the heading scenario that you have used, the one after the another, the same way you have to enter the table data also. And in the table we have also had a grouping method. What is that grouping method? Is nothing but whenever we want to group any elements, then we have the main three grouping elements. One is the table head, which is where you can write the table headings. Table body, that is the table data that we can group by using the table body, t body. And table foot is nothing but the table footer that we want to add any information, like okay, this table consists the data details about particular so and so. You can use the table foot. So to group, use it for grouping all table elements, we use table head, table body, table foot. So it's one of the major topics in HTML5. So definitely try to learn it. This is one of the one of the major topics. So the only thing is that you have to just have to practice. So all the things I'm explaining here itself, you just have to take your VS Code or any code editor that you want to take, and just practice, because practice is the only thing that will help you to memorize the details, right? So next we have the semantic HTML5 elements. What is this semantic? Semantic means human and machine readable. So we can be able to understand the information at the same time. The machine can also understand what tags we are mentioning here. We can see header. So header is nothing but the topmost value of the any website, or the topmost place is nothing but the header. So it is one of the human understandable code, right? header. My site here I'm using as a my site is a name. Then we have the nav. Nav is nothing but the nav bar. Nav bar that we have at the top element. Then we have the section. For each and every section, in the website we have each and every section, right? Of the about me section. Then we have my education section. Then we have my work section. So that is done by using section tag. Then we have article. So article is nothing but blog post, or you want to add two more elements together, then you can use an article. Aside is nothing but the sidebar. You can see here the sidebar. Aside is nothing but the sidebar where you can mention the graphs, or you can mention the time. You can have the quick links uh, like some information about your projects. You can add those links in the asset bar. Then we have the footer. Footer is the downmost part of the website where you add the links to your social media icons, or links to any website that you want to move, or privacy policy that you want to add. You can add in the footer element. And main is the main content, that is it will consist entire article sections. These asset, this all comes under main section. Okay, the semantic HTML5 elements are nothing but human and machine readable tags and elements are called as semantic HTML5 elements. Okay, next you can go to meta tags. So meta tags are nothing but one of the most important tags that we use in our website for majorly for SEO purposes, so that our website can be topped in the Google search, so that we can the users can be able to access our web page soon without any delay. So for that we use the meta tags. You can see first one is the character encoding, supports all languages, which we use for to mention that okay, our website is available in all languages and it can be easily decoded by the website web browser, and it can be displayed. Then we have the mobile responsive setting. So it is nothing but the setting that we use for viewport. Here we are mentioning using the content width is device width. So whatever the width of the device that you are using, right? Like you're using the laptop, you're using the mobile phone, so that width will be taken into consideration when we are viewing the website. That is done by using the mobile responsive setting that we have here. Then we have the title of the web page. So whenever we have to mention the title, right? So what we call our most of the website like personal portfolio website, or you can call our e-commerce website like tech e-commerce website. So you can mention that name here in the website title form, that is using the title tag. So these are the meta tags which are only be residing inside a head tag, head section in the HTML5 HTML5. So that ends the that ends the HTML5. You can see hypertext markup language is one of the standard markup language. You can also consider it as a skeleton of the website. So this is the basic structures, core elements we have gone through: form element, then multimedia elements, table creation, semantic HTML5 elements, meta tags. So these are all the major topics that you need to learn. These are the major topics that you have to master the HTML5. So just go through this tutorial once again and practice them in your VS Code or any code editor that you have. It will be more helpful for you because practice is the only thing that will make you remember most of these topics. Uh, Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. So right now we are in the home section. You can see an infinitely looping hand gesture as well as the home icon portfolio image that we have. You can see it give very 3D and professional look to your website, and the social media icons, you can see the hover effect on them. And then we have the icons that we have integrated using data ions that we have integrated directly into our website, and you can see how neatly they have all been aligned. Then we can go to the education section. This is the education section. You can see the education line as well as the certificates. You can see how neatly we have added, and you can see the box shadow effect around it. Then we can go to the skills section. You can see how neatly the skills are being projected here. And we can go to the project section. You can see hover effect on the projects. You can add more as many as you want. Then contact me section. can see hover effect on the social media icons and download CV button. Then here is a say hello button, you can see. Then we have the light and dark mode for this website. That is the main functionality of this website. Let's go to the dark mode of this website. This is the dark mode. You can see hover effect on the images, how neatly, perfectly we are aligning the light and dark mode so that you can be able to use it in a very good manner. And you can see the box shadow effect. You can see the white shadow effect on the certifications. Then we can go to the skills. You can see the smooth transition taking place. Then we have the projects. And then we can go to the contact me section. See, this is the contact me section. The entire website is responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile as well as in tab version. Let me show you the mobile version of it. This is the mobile version of the website. You can see how perfectly we have aligned all the images exactly at the center. And we can, this is the menu bar. You can go to the education section. Just 1 second. Education section. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned. The skills section also. So the entire website is totally responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile as well as tab versions. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. And the full tutorial will be added to the YouTube channel. And there are a lot of tutorials, line by line code explanations have been done. And you can find them in my YouTube channel. Definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing content. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now let's go through line by line code for this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let's go to the index.html file. In the head section we have the meta tags. Then we have the title tag for the title of the website, that is responsive portfolio website. Then we have used the link tag to link the bootstrap external link into our website. Then we have linked the standard CSS file as well as dark mode CSS file. Then we have linked to Google API font family. You can see this one as well as this one. Then we have linked the font awesome. Then Cloudflare Ajax font awesome library we have linked to our index.html file. We have also linked jQuery and we also linked npm popper.js JS delivery. This is one of the animation styles that we're going to use. And then we have the bootstrap CDN link as well as the script tag to link the Goo- Google Manager that we have linked using the script tag. And we have delivered a window data layer, that is to push arguments JS configure. We have done using the JavaScript script library. Then we have the body class container filled body section. Here we are in the main headers body section. Then we are in the header section. The header section, you can see this is the nav element and the nav bar. Header section, you can see then we have the div for our nav element using the node list and status as well as anchor tag. Then we have the section that when we have the home section. In the home section, we are creating a div for the image. You can see by using the image tag as well as including the material. Then we have section 1 inside which we have added our heading tag. Hello, I'm Abhiram. Then we use the paragraph element for adding the data. Then we are using a div for separating the icon inside that. We are using anchor elements and itags. This icon, itags used for adding the font awesome icons into our website. Then we have used the same way. In the similar way, we have added LinkedIn, GitHub, as well as Google icons. Then we have used a div and as well as image tag to add our logo image. Then we can go. Then we can go to the what I do, this is one of the about details that we have added here. And before that, let's go to the CSS also so that we can be able to understand it perfectly. When we are in the body tag, you can see for the body element, we are adding the font family as well as margin. For the body section, we are adding the padding. For the P paragraph tag, we are adding the font size as well as for the anchor tag, we are adding the text was equal to none. That is the default decoration values will be removed. And we are also using font face. This is one of the one that we are adding here. We are adding an image. The search is added. Then we are adding the brand name. By then, for that we are adding the font value, font size, font weight, and color. When it percent one goes to the forward effect and as well as the background color is changing for it. Then we have section 1, column 1. In section 1, margin top is given aligned text align is left, the position is relative. You can see this is the first section. The text is aligned towards the left hand side. Here you can see when the span length count is infinity, that is for this image that we have. Then the keyframes are given, that is a 0%. This is how we give animation spaces. Then we can go for the first image that is position of film. You can see the file is starting for whenever you want to make sure the website responsive to all the device screen, but we use this media screen. We got tags in the CSS, and here I'm using it for max look the 1183 pixel size screen size. Then I'm changing the first image, that is right towards 160 pixel. Then ball will make for the ball class with height animation. So added with the keyframes, we are creating the animation from 9. Then we can go to the image ball. For that also we are adding the responsive of this one. For that we are changing the display position in the screen size of minimum of 915 pixels. And you can see margin button is applied when we are creating the button. For the button element, we are adding display background value box out of the design page. Both here is hidden. You can see the button we use here. Then we are waiting for the iTag, we are doing the line height, font size, and transition. And whenever you have the ring, it will transfer scale that is increases in size, and by using the changing color into this white color. For the image, we have absolute and we decrease that is not but the icon will change. This is increase, and when we go the animation take place, move by top 10% and left minus 10%. You can see that it will move out of its original position. Then we have the media screen for the future pixel. For that, we are adding the button and button eye tags. Then we have water section. And the so this is the water section that we have. That is here we are adding a div element. Inside that div, we are adding the main image. That is the data icon at SVG. Then we are having the main div. Inside that, we are adding the heading using the H1 tag. Then we are adding the award values for adding the list icon as well as adding the icon that we want to add, that is Python here. If you are adding an image, both images, one is NumPy as well as Panda image. Then we are going for the div, another div, that is data group. So that we are adding data using the paragraph elements. Then the same one is copied again. The same feature is copied again. Same feature is copied again for one more time, and you can see We have an institution that is already added. Then we have the footer element, and we have a script tag that we added that is on the JS value. Now we can go to the CSS value. You can see here what I do is nothing but you can see what I do is here we have the data analytics. It's one of the features of your order. For that, we are adding the padding top, text and center, which are two padding tops, text and center. Then we are adding the which are values holding image values padding, as well as width is given to with the 90% feature image SVG files. And we are adding the icons. For that also we are adding the display padding values. Then we are adding the default pandas content. Also we are adding the max weight, height values, and height will also mention to them. Then we are adding the media screen that is for the maximum height is 64 pixel. We are changing them column way. We for the bigger screen sizes. That is whatever the 64 pixel below size screens are there. Content these values will apply to them. That is we are changing the reference direction towards column because we don't have a lot of space in the mobile version, right? In the desktop version we have a lot of space, so we are having both of them on this side and that. But in the mobile version we don't have a lot of space, so we'll align one after the other. That is the reason we have filter reference to the column. Then we have diamond changing right and when you take normally this is the value that we are adding responsive design for the maximum with the 950 pixel. You can see most of the time text align display values only with you no new items are added here. For computer element we are adding the padding, color and text align for the symbol. Then we can go to the next one, that is the education section. This is the education section. We have already gone through all these name tags as well as this. Then we can take to the main body section. In the body section, we have already meta section. Then we can go to the section. After the header section, you are going to the section 1. Here we are adding the div, and inside the div we have tag to add a programming language. Let me show you the image also. Let me show this one second. Education image. So this is the education image. You can see all the programming that is also mentioned here. You can see all the things in programming that's went down. When we have an environment and we starting to add the high balance icon. When you are by using a single list item and by using an anchor and alt tag, we are adding the anchor icon. So when we have the same. Then we can go to the next section, that is the continuing education section. In that, we are on the first section is the element section. We are using development, then we are using H1 tag this section. We are creating a timeline, so that we are creating a div for timeline 1 and the timeline section, timeline date, we have timeline row. So the timeline row also we are having timeline G, timeline box title, and we are using the alt tag. We are adding the icon as well as the 12 degree and you can see we are adding another view for box content. Inside that box content we are using the tag for the website, and we are using the view for the registration. So then we are adding the view for the CGPA. The same view is popular as well, but the next one more time. Then we are adding then we are going for the certification section. In the certification section, you can see the view is added here. In that way, we are adding the one and only. Then we are adding the notes, and we are adding the brief paragraph tag. Here is the paragraph tag. Then we are adding the tag for this here. That is images and as well as card, JavaScript for this. And we are adding the paragraph tag for the name. The same thing is copied as well, and we are adding the footer element. That is all the feature element and dark mode yes. Then we can go to the education CSS file. The same body element and as well as the name of the to be about it. From you can go to see thing. You have found here on this coding. Fan center timeline is margin top for the composition position related time for this and is equal to prediction vertical day from here 100% ratio in the pixel normal is equal to pixel top to the 5 pixel and bottom is equal to 4 pixel. See skills section skills section JavaScript based on the bootstrapping setting matter. Skill.css file. Then we can go to the contact section. The contact page. The contact page. Now let's go to the contact.css file. the toggle PNG, the toggle HTML file. These are the light and dark mode toggle buttons that we have in the menu bar. Beside on the logo that we have to change light mode to dark mode. This is for the toggle. We can go to the dark mode CSS right? We have. Whenever we apply the dark mode, these changes will apply to our website. The color changes to each and every section. Then we have dark mode JS file. This function will activate whenever we change from white mode to dark mode. This function will be activated and it will change the theme of the website. So this is the portfolio website that was created. This is the home page, education, education tool. Then we have the skills, then contact, project section, and this is the website that we have created. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing tutorials. And the source code is available in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please visit the channel for more amazing content. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. So right now we are in the home section. You can see an infinitely looping hand gesture as well as the home icon portfolio image that we have. You can see it to give very 3D and professional look to your website. And the social media icons, you can see the hover effect on them. And then we have the icons that we have integrated using data ions that we have integrated directly into our website, and you can see how neatly they have all been aligned. Then we can go to the education section. This is the education section. You can see the education line as well as the certificates. You can see how neatly we have added, and you can see the box shadow effect around it. Then we can go to the skills section. You can see how neatly the skills are being projected here. And we can go to the project section. You can see hover effect on the projects. You can add more as many as you want. Then contact me section. You can see hover effect on the social media icons and download CV button. Then here is a say hello button, you can see. Then we have the light and dark mode for this website. That is the main functionality of this website. Let's go to the dark mode of this website. This is the dark mode. You can see hover effect on the images. How neatly, perfectly we are aligning the light and dark mode so that you can be able to use it in a very good manner. And you can see the box shadow effect. You can see the white shadow effect on the certifications. Then we can go to the skills. You can see the smooth transition taking place. Then we have the projects. And then we can go to the contact me section. See, this is the contact me section. The entire website is responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile as well as in tab version. Let me show you the mobile version of it. This is the mobile version of the website. You can see how perfectly we have aligned all the images exactly at the center. And we can, this is the menu bar. You can go to the education section. Just 1 second. Education section. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned. The skills section also. So the entire website is totally responsive. That is, it is also available in mobile as well as tab versions. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And the full tutorial will be added to the YouTube channel. And there are a lot of tutorials, line by line code explanations have been done. And you can find them in my YouTube channel. Definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing content. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much. So here we go. This is the concept that we are going to learn. First one is the basics of CSS3. Then we have the ways to apply CSS, how we can apply CSS to our HTML5, HTML index.html page. Then we have the CSS selectors, box model, colors, units and typography, positioning and layout, responsive design, and advanced features. What are the advanced features that we have in the CSS? So CSS is nothing but it is used to style and layout HTML elements. So as I told you, HTML is a skeleton, right? So what is CSS? CSS is the flesh, the color, the body that we have, right? So the eyes color or the skin tone that is done by the CSS. So it gives a very good look to a human being. You can't expect a human being when you're seeing him through a skeleton, right? You expect him to have some face, some movement on his face, like his eyes, the way he smile or anything. So that is done by using the CSS, right? It is used to style and lay out the HTML5 elements. So what is selector? Selector is nothing but targets the HTML element. So P is nothing but the paragraph element. So what does the selector do? How you will add that color to that particular paragraph is that we have to mention P, and you can add the inside the brackets, inside the flower parentheses that we have, flower brackets we have, you can mention the color, or you can mention the background color that you want to change for the paragraph element. You want to add the font size, you can mention here. This is done. This is nothing but selector. How you select a particular HTML element. Then we have the property. So property is nothing but the style you want to that you want to change. Here I want to change the color of the paragraph tag, right? So this color is nothing but the property. Then we have the value. So what is that value? The setting for a property. So property is what we are want to change the color of the paragraph element. And what is the value that we are adding here? The value is red. Red is the value. So this red color we want to add it to the paragraph element, which is the value to the property, and property is added to the selector. You can see how they are interlinked. Then we have the declaration block. A group of property value pairs are nothing but the declaration block. You can see color red, font size 2 pixel. So this is the declaration block. You can see this is the basic syntax. Then we can see we can apply different ways to apply CSS. How we can apply CSS to our HTML page in different ways. First one is the inline CSS. So what is this inline CSS? CSS inside an HTML tag is nothing but inline CSS. So P is the paragraph tag, right? So for the paragraph tag, I'm directly applying the style here. So I'm adding style equal to, and I'm changing color equal to red. This is nothing but the inline style that we add directly to any particular HTML element that you want to add. Then we have internal CSS. Internal CSS is nothing but we're gonna use the style tag within HTML. We will add this style tag inside our head section in the HTML. Then in that style tag, we will add the colors by taking a selector. Like here, I'm using the p tag, paragraph tag. I'm adding the color equal to red. So this is done. This is nothing but the internal CSS. We are adding the style tag in our head section, and we are applying the style to it, to the particular element of the HTML element. That is nothing but the internal CSS. Then we have the external CSS. When you create a separate .css file, I'll link that file to the HTML file. How do you link it? Using the link tag, and you'll add relation. Here we have the style sheet. Then we have the h reference, which is style.css. So .css file is nothing but the CSS main file. So every main CSS file should have .css as an extension. So, and you, by using this link tag, we will add the CSS file to our HTML page. That is nothing but the external CSS. These are the three ways that you can add the CSS to the HTML. One is inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. Then we can go to the CSS3 selectors. So what are these selectors? First, we have the universal selector. So what is universal selector? It targets all elements. When you want to apply some changes to all the elements that are present in the website, then you will use universal selector. Here the universal selector is nothing but asterisk. By mentioning the asterisk and mentioning the data inside the flower brackets, whatever the style that you want to add, that will be applied to all the elements that are present in the HTML5 tags, okay, to the entire page. Then we have element selector. Specific HTML tags will be selected. That is nothing but the element selector. Here you can see we are selecting h1, which is the heading 1 tag, and for that we are changing the font size equal to 2 pixel. Then we have class selector, elements with specific class. For every paragraph element or for every HTML element, we can add class attribute to it. Class, or you can also add ID to it. Class or ID is nothing but a name that we provide to uh, particular HTML tags, which will be used to apply the CSS. So here the class selector, what will do is that whatever the class value that we have given to the HTML element will be called, you can see, by using the dot method. So for calling any class, we use dot, then we write the class name. Here I am using btn. Btn is nothing but the button. For the button tag, I have added the class equal to btn. So I'm calling the class selector here by using dot btn, and I'm adding the color equal to red. So whatever the element that has the btn as a class, then the color red will be applied to it. This is nothing but elements with specific class, which is the class selector. And similar way, we have the ID selector, elements with specific ID. And for the ID selector, we use hash. For the class selector, we use dot, and for the ID selector, we use hash. The same code. Then we can go to the group selector. When you want to select more than one elements, like multiple elements together, then use the group selector. Here this is the syntax h1 comma p. I want to select both h1 heading 1 element as well as paragraph element. For both of them, I want to change the color equal to red. So this is the font, this is the tag, this is how we write the code. Then we have pseudo classes. Pseudo classes is nothing but element in a specific state, like hover effect. So whenever you hover onto any button, it will glow, or in any website, if you have seen, hover effect is nothing but whenever you hover onto any element, the color may change, the background may change. Mostly it is used for the buttons and for the anchor elements of the keywords and the links that we have. We use this hover effect. And so what is this? Nothing but these are the pseudo classes. So we want to add to the button that a hover effect, but whenever you hover onto the button, we want the color to change to red. That is, the button color will change to red. Then we have pseudo elements, part of an element. So we want to change only small part of elements, small data that you want to add. Then the before or after effect is nothing but the pseudo elements. Here you can see the p tag has the pseudo element of after. For that, content is nothing but the slice that we have added here. These are all the CSS selectors: universal selector, asterisk, element selector, specific HTML tag, class selector or ID selector is the name that we can give, class name or ID name that we give to any specific HTML element, and we can call them to our to apply the CSS styles. For the class element we use dot format, and for the ID elements we use the hash format. Then we have the group selector for the multiple elements that you want to add the same format. Then we have pseudo classes, that is the hover effect, and in pseudo elements, that is nothing but the after and before effect. Then we can go to the box model. Box model is one of the most important thing in the CSS3 and one of the most important thing that you need to learn. Box model is nothing but every element is a box made of content, padding, border and margin. So these four elements what makes the box model. Here you can see that content is nothing but the information that we write, right? Like my name is Ajay, my name is Abhi, or my name is Raju. So this is the content that I have written. And for that it has padding. What is padding? Padding is space inside the element. So you can consider here, you can see the box model, the information that I have written here, right? Box model is the heading that we have. So for this box model, it is inside a box that is not visible to a human eye, but this box model has padding. Padding is nothing but space inside the element. So that whenever you add the padding, the size of the words will reduce and it will increase the inside width. Then we have the border. Border is nothing but the line surrounding the padding. So whatever the extremmost value is there, like you can see for this is the extremmost one, this is nothing but the border of the box model element. Then we have the margin, space outside the element. So whatever the space is outside the box, right? This white space that we have, this is nothing but the margin of that particular element. So these four values, that is the content, padding, border and margin, will specify the box model. That is nothing but every element is a box. In that metal is consisted of what? It consists of content, padding, border and margin. And this is how the syntax is added. Padding 10 pixel, border 2 pixel solid red, margin 20 pixel. Then we can go to the next one. There is colors, units and typography. So colors, what are colors? Colors are nothing but the colors that you add to your any section or any section of data or any element that you want to add. There are mainly three ways that you can add color. One is hexacode. You can use hash FFF means white color. If you represent a white color, you can go to Google. You can find the hexacode for color elements, or you can directly mention the color. Like here I mentioned red, RED red, or you can also use RGB colors, which is nothing but red, green, blue colors. Here is the most olden time that we use, but recently we are mostly using hash codes, or we directly mention the name of that particular code. RGB is also used, which is 25500, which mentions the white color. And you can, by changing the values here, like 255, then we have 200, then we have 150 to create one color. So that is how you can use the colors. Three ways that you can add colors, that is by using the hexacode, or by directly mentioning the name of the color, or by using RGB, red, green, blue color. Then we have the units. Units is nothing but it will define the sizes. So font sizes can be in the format of pixel, it can be in the format of percentage, it can be in the format of EM or REM, or vertical width or vertical height. These are all the ways that you can mention the sizes of the elements, can give to the HTML elements. So by adding these elements, you can mention like you want to increase the size of the particular HTML file element, right? Then you can mention like 20 pixel, or no, I want to increase the size by 10 percentage. I want to add one EM or one rem, or one vertical width or one vertical height that I want to add to the particular element. Then you can use this value. These are nothing but the units. Then we have the font and typography, which is nothing but control text style. You can see here fonts and typography is nothing but the font style that you want to add. Here I am adding font family equal to Arial. Arial is one of the font families, most widely used font family. And font size is nothing but I want to change the size of the particular element, then I can use the font size. Then line height is the gap between each and every section. You can see here color, units and fonts and typography has a line height, which is the reason that you are getting space between each and every section. This is nothing but the line height, which is 1.5 here that I have taken. So these are the main things, that is colors, units and typography. The colors can be added in three ways. One is using the hexacode, or by adding the name directly of the color, or by using RGB. And for the units which define the sizes of the elements, we have pixel, percentage, EM, REM, vertical width or vertical height. Then we have font and typography, which is nothing but the font family, font size, and line height, which will specify the text style that we want to add. Then we can go to next one, that is positioning and layout. So this position is nothing but how you want to position your elements, like you want to position the image that you have added to your website, or you want to position the any box that you have created, any blog post that you have created that you want to position. Then you can use the static, relative, absolute, fixed, or sticky. These are the position elements that you have here. Static means it will be fixed at the top. Okay, it will not move, it will be fixed at a particular position. Relative means that it will take the parent element, based on that it will place near it, which is nothing but the relative. Absolute means that so it will move upon to the parent element. It will be act as a child element and it will move upon to the parent element, and it is used to align. You can see here I have a rectangular bar here, which is added by using the absolute method. Okay, you can understand it, right? Because I am hovering over onto the parent element. You can see this is the blue purple one. I am hovering onto it and I am placing this rectangular tag, right? So this is nothing but by using the absolute. Absolute is nothing but you can hover onto the parent element and you can place it at any position that you want. Fixed means it will stick to a particular position. Sticky means it will be placed on the top, but if you move to one section, another section, the navbar will be visible to you. That is nothing but a sticky. Then which controls how elements are placed on the page. Okay. Next we have the display. How element behaves in layout. Display is nothing but so display flex. Okay. Flex means what means that if you have like 6 elements are there. Okay, 6 cards that you created, and they are going outside of the web page because they are occupying more space, and only 3 cards are available. 3 cards are only visible, and the remaining 3 are not visible. They are moving outside, which is not visible to us. Then we can add the display method. So it will create a layout. If you use display flex, then 3 items will come up, and below 3 items will the remaining 3 items will be displayed. So every item will be displayed in the website. Okay. Then we have the flexbox. Flexbox is another powerful layout system to align items easily. So for the display method, we have flexbox as well as grid. These two are the display methods, one of the most important, most powerful display methods that we have here, layout systems that we have, which is flexbox as well as grid. Grid is nothing but the 2D layout system with rows and columns. So it will create a rows as well as columns, and based on that format of we will create a grid. So this grid is used for display function. Okay, so these two are very important, flexbox and grid. And position is also very important whenever you want to hover on elements. You can see here how neatly the rectangle tag is added to the position and layout tag. Here you can see it very perfectly aligned. So this is how this is done by using the position element, right? So position is very important. Is one of the most important topics in the CSS, which is position, display function, and flexbox as well as grid. Okay. Next, you can go to the responsive design. So what is responsive design? Responsive design is nothing but whenever you want to make your website available in more than one device or more than one type of device. Like you can say I have a laptop and I have created a website which is only available, it can be only be viewed in the laptop. Okay, I want to make it available in the mobile version also. I want to change the values of the website so that it will be visible in the mobile very neatly, so that all the items can be viewed in the mobile also. But laptop is very high screen size, right? Right, laptop is bigger than the mobile phone. Oh, 4 mobile phones combined, it will then only it will become one laptop. That I am telling about the screen, right? So if so, the screen size is very different with the laptop. So we have to add some changes, like we have to change display changes. We have to change the values like display, or we can change the font size values. We can change the size of the images that we have added. So that is done by using this media queries that we have. Apply styles based on screen size. Okay, that is nothing but the media queries. This is the one which we use for responsive web design. Okay, here this is the syntax at the date media, and we have to mention what is this maximum width. So maximum width 768 pixel means that, so this is the screen size that you are mentioning. Okay, this is the maximum width. So whatever the device which is maximum width is 768 pixel, below devices only this body font size equal to 10 pixel will be applied. Above devices it will not be applied. Okay, this is how you can mention maximum width, or you can also mention minimum width. So mentioning the screen size, we will add the particular changes that we want to add to our website so that it can be visible in the mobile or the laptop device based on our requirement. Okay, that is nothing but the media queries, which is used for responsive design. Then we have viewpoint meta tag, which is also used. As I told you in the meta tags, viewpoint is also used. That is content. You can mention the width equal to device width, initial scale equal to 1%. Use nothing but by mentioning the device width. That is, it will take the it will take the width of entire width of the particular device that we are using. Like we are using the mobile, then it will take the mobile screen size, and if you are using the laptop, it will take the laptop screen size. Then we have flexible units like using the percentage, vertical height, vertical width, rem instead of pixel. Pixel is nothing but a fixed value. Pixel is the fixed value, but if you use percentage, you can mention 80%. What is 80%? The entire screen size will be considered as 100%, and we want the any item that we have added, like you can consider a card that I've created, okay, and I want that card to take a space of 80% of the entire width. Then I can add width equal to 80 percentage. So the entire screen width will become 100 percentage, and I only want to take 80 percentage. This is nothing but a flexible unit. So it will help because when you change it to the mobile screen, then you don't have to change any values, right? We are just telling we want to use the 80% of the screen size that is available. So we will take the mobile screen size, and that 80% will be provided to that particular unit. This is nothing but a flexible unit. So most of the time, definitely try to use percentage, vertical height, or rem values. REM values are mostly used. So it will give a very responsive, flexible units, which will be helpful for you in the creation of a responsive website design. Okay. Next. You can go to the advanced features of CSS3. We have transitions, smooth animations between two states. You can add. This is all 0.3 is nothing but all is nothing but the entire part that we have created. For that, we want to add transition. 0.3 seconds is the time that you want to add the transition effect to it. Ease is nothing but how you want to add, like ease in, out. These are the transition values that we can add. How smoothly the transition should take place. Okay, that is done by using ease in and out. So there are three ways. Okay, then we have transformations. Like what is transformation? Like we want to rotate, we want to scale the image. That means you want to enlarge the image when we hover onto it, or you want to degrade the image, or you want to move the elements towards right side, left side. You want to move towards up and below. Then we use the transformations. For that, we have a code equal to transform rotate 45 degrees. So this will only apply whenever you hover onto that particular element. Okay. So whenever you hover onto any element, for that the transform rotate equal to 45 degrees is mentioned. Then automatically whenever you hover onto the element will rotate 45 degrees. Okay. Next we have keyframes. Keyframes are nothing but to create custom animation. Okay. To create any custom animation, we use keyframes. You can see I am creating a keyframe that is to slide. Okay. I want to slide my any card that I want to slide from left side. Okay. First I am giving in the from I am giving left equal to 0. So my image will be outside of the device. Okay, outside of the device screen, because I have mentioned left equal to 0. So it will move outside of my home screen device. Okay. So then I am in the to method I am using left equal to 100 pixel. Okay, that means I want to have a sliding effect which will be created. First, look at it 0% and you go to 100 pixel in just seconds of time, right? So to create a sliding effect of information that you added to this keyframe, okay, you just have to mention keyframe in the transform or transition. You can add the slide, okay, the slide tag which will be added here. This is the name of the keyframe which will be added in the transition. Then it will add this from and to this custom animation will be applied to it. Then we have flexbox and grid, which will add complex layouts. This is the very important topic in the CSS3. Flexbox and grid, one of the most important topics, because it will be also helpful in responsive web design. Okay, it will, you don't have to again write and again and again. You just have to mention small changes to improve your give a very professional look to your website. Then we have custom properties. Here custom properties are nothing but reusable variables. Okay. By using the root element, we can mention the colors or the font sizes that we want to use in the website, that you want to repeat again and again. But you don't want to write them again and again. You have to write, okay, color, blue color. Okay, next. I have to write hash F both OH for the main color. So I don't have to write all of them. I can simply create a root element. Inside that root, I will create a name. Here you can see I created main color, and I'm giving that main color a value that is nothing but blue. You can give a hexacode value, you can give an RGB value here also. And how do you call this value into any element that you have? You just have to, for that particular element, if you want to change the color, you can add by using the var, and you can just give the name that you have given to that main property. Here it is main color. So the blue color will be directly added to that particular element, and you don't have to write again and again and again for each and every element. It will be very useful because if you want to change the color, you don't like the color of the format, you don't have to go through each and every section. Okay, where I've written all this color, blue color, I have to change them all to another color. You don't have to do it. You just have to change the main color in the root element from blue to orange, and automatically all these values will be changed. That is the major reason it is considered as advanced feature in CSS3, which is custom properties, reusable variables. Okay, then we have pseudo classes, styling based on input status. Pseudo classes are nothing but if you have like checked, or you can see input. Okay, so whenever you, this input is nothing but in the form elements we have the input tags, right? So whatever the form element, if you think that there is a checking value is there, okay, this check is the status of that particular input tag we have. So you have to click a button, it will activate a tick mark on it. So whenever you get a tick mark, okay, when tick mark means that you have clicked on that particular button. Okay, then we will check for that checked button. What we have the background equal to green. Okay, I clicked that button, so automatically the background will change into green color. This is nothing but the pseudo classes. Okay, styling based on input status, whether it is checked or not checked, whether it is yes or no. Based on that, we can change the colors also. That is nothing but the pseudo classes. Then we have shadow effect. Creates, so it will create a very professional look to a website. So shadow effects are very important. You can create soft shadow effects by using box shadow, 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 10 pixel, and play. You can also mention the colors. What you want to add the shadow effect, you can add any colors that you want to add. Then we have border radius. Create rounded corners. Okay, this is one of the most important topics. Also, you can say you create a rounded border. You can also create an exact circuit. Okay, you can create one rectangular box. You can just have to mention border radius equal to 50%. It will create an exact circle. Okay, it is also one of the advanced features that are available in the CSS. So this is all about the HTML, CSS. Okay, so the next part will be on JavaScript, and stay tuned to the channel. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And we'll also come up with a live where I will be showing you each and every tag. I will going to explain you in the VS Code, Visual Studio Code. So definitely subscribe to my channel, and if you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section for the next project that I should work on, or any suggestions that you want to tell me. So let's go from the first section. In the home section, you can see I have added the social media icons as well as GitHub and Twitter. Then we have the contact button. You can see the hover effect on the contact button. You can also see the hover effect on the nav bar. You can see contact me, and the button for light mode and dark mode. So I'm changing for light and dark mode. Then you can see the smooth animation effect, scrolling effect. Then we have the download CV button. Next, in the skills section, you can see I have added button effect. You can see, and when you open one, the other one will process automatically. Then we have the service section. In services, in the services section, you can see web designer, UI designer, branding designer, and you can see this also with close on box model effect as we click on the service that we want to know more about. You can see next we have the portfolio section. You can see the demo button. You can see the swiper function using the swiper.js library. Then we have the testimonial section. You can see the testimonials by some of my clients. Next we have the contact section. You can see the smooth animation, and I have used the type function in the email and the form elements. You can see the hover effect on the button, then same similar social media icons, quick links, and top bar button. If you go back to the first page, then we can go to the you can also have this website in the dark mode. You can see social media icon. You can see the hover effect, the entire website in the dark mode. You can see the smooth animation and transition effect. Swiper.css file, swiper.js is used in this website design. This website is totally responsive, that is also available in the mobile version. Let me show you the desktop version. Now let's go through the mobile version. You can see the mobile version, the smooth transition effect, and the navbar is available in the below. You can see you can move from one section to another section. It gives a very professional app view to your website, and it is also available in dark mode. So the source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Definitely try to build this project. Thank you. Hello everyone. Now let's go through it line by line code. So right now we are in the index.html file. Let me show you the portfolio that we are going to design. This is the portfolio that we are going to design. You can see this is the first section, about section. Then we have the portfolio skills section, services, skills, and contact. So this entire website we are going to build. This website also has the light and dark mode. That is the reason you can see change in this is the dark mode, this is in light mode. So now let's go through line by line code. So right now we are in the head section. You can see the meta tags. Then we have the link element to link the uni icons with our index.html file. Then we have another link link tag for using swiper.css. Then we have another link tag used for link styles.css main styles file. You can see this is the main styles css. Then we have the title, that is responsive portfolio. Then we have another link tag to have the scroll, that is AOS animation. This will be used for the animation, that animation effect. You can see the scrolling animation effect will be performed by using this AOS. So we are going to link that to our index.html file. So next we go to the body section. In the body section, right now we are in the header section. You can see header, then we have nav, then we have an anchor tag to have the heading, that is art. Then we have a div, nav menu div. Then we have unordered list, ul unordered list. Then we have list item with anchor tag. In that we have an icon, that is I tag for your bringing on or to link a state icon, that is your uni icon that we have linked previously. So for the home, about, skills, services, portfolio, and contact me buttons. Then we have another I tag for nav close, that is times button, nav close button. Then we have another div with nav buttons, that is one div is for the moon change. You can see here this moon, this sun symbol. it will be there in the moon symbol in the dark mode. So that is linked here using the I tag. Then we have another div that is nav tag toggle, that is UI apps links. You can see this in the mobile version. So let's go through the CSS file section by section. So now let's go to the header section. First we'll go through the default values that I have written. So first we are going to import the Google Fonts using import URL. Then we have the root element. So whatever the values that you want to use in the entire website, you don't want to mention everywhere, you don't want to write them, but by using var element uh, you want to add those values to those particular sections. Then you will use root. In this root you will mention all the values, like I mentioned header height, hue color, first color, border colors, then text color, then body fonts, then font sizes, all the font sizes that I'm going to use in this website. Then I have the margin bottom values. Then I have z index values also. So all these values are that you don't have to mention again, you don't have to write all the values again. You can just mention it here, and then you can just call them by using var. Let me show you an example. You can see here color var title color. So by using in such a way you can call these values. The one of the best reasons is that you can change at one place, and the entire places there wherever you used, like you want to change the first color. So if you change the value here itself, then the entire places, entire sections where I've used those all values will be changed. So you don't have to go through each and every section and change those values. So next we have font sizes for large devices. You can see that for desktop versions we want the the font text that we want to be in larger size. For the mobile versions we want them to be in the smaller size, so that we want them to be respected towards the size of the device that we are holding, that we are using. So for the larger devices we want the font values to be bigger, so we are increasing those values, and we are using @ media screen, so that only at that particular 968 minimum width only these font values will apply to them. This is how you use responsiveness to the websites. Next we have body dark theme. So this body dark theme is that let me explain you here itself. So you can see here a sun button at the end, contact me beside. So whenever you click on that button, so what will happen is that let's go to the main JavaScript also, so that I can explain you all. Just 1 second. Then what this one? Dark theme. So you can see that whenever I click on that button, theme button is the ID that I've given to it. You can see here theme button ID I've given. So whenever I click on that button, so what it will do means it will first create a constant, that is theme button, and we have two constants as dark theme and icon theme, and we are going to check the local storage of your personal computer that you are using. It may be personal computer, it may be laptop that you are using. First it will check what theme is applied onto your device. So that is for example, if you think I'm in the light mode right now, then it will showcase that that will have a capture that the data that is there in the local storage will be there. It was used in the light mode, so it will be in the light mode. Then what it will do means it will get the body.classes that contain, so it will add those values. If you click on the moon button, you will add the dark theme. So the dark theme values, what are those values? Dark theme has some values that has been set. Those values are present in the styles.css, and those values are here. So that is, whenever you click on this body.dark theme button, then these values will apply to the entire website. That is, the colors will change. That is, first color, title color, these all colors will change, and you will get a dark theme. And next you can see the button dark and light theme. You can see nav buttons, display flex, align item center. It is for this only. For these buttons we are applying the values. You can see here. Then we will apply the change. But if we validate if the user previously chose a topic, this section what it will do means, for suppose you have taken the dark theme, and then you have refreshed it, but you can see that it will still stay in the dark theme itself. That is stored in your local storage itself. That is what is the previous theme that is available. It will check and it will validate if user have already checked. So if the user is already chosen the dark theme, it will keep it in the dark theme. Then we have add. So you can see whenever you click on the dark theme button, then you that is, if you click on the moon button, you will get the dark theme added to the class list. You can see body dot class list. So what it will do means it will add these values. It will add these values to the body entire body of the index.html file. Next, so by clicking on the sun button, we can come back to the normal stage. This is done here. This is the entire code. So next we can go to the CSS. Next we can change theme hover. Next we have the base. These are the default values that we have to the website. As box sizing is border box, padding, margin. Then HTML scroll behavior smooth is that you have to mention it because it gives a very smooth scrolling effect to the entire HTML. Then we have body. For the body we have margin, font family is given, font size is given, background color is white color. You can see the color of the text is text color. So let me explain you by showing you. So one second. Home section. So here we are in the home section. You can see entire border is in the white color. Then for the h1, h2, h3 elements, we are adding color and font weight. For UL, list style is none, means that for basic default values are already given to the another list. So we are removing all the style elements by using list style equal to none. And similarly to that, we are also having default values for the anchor tag. So we are removing those values by using the text decoration as none. For image, we are giving max width is equal to 100%, height is auto. These are all the default values. So there are values that we want to continuously use in the website, that is section. So section has similar padding values. Here we are using 2rem, 0 and 4rem. Then we have section title. For each and every section we are going to use the same values, so we are reusing them here. Font size and color is same. Then we have section subtitle, displays block, font size, margin bottom is taken. Then text align is center for both margin title and subtitle. You can see this. Let me show you. You can see the heading and the subheading. So section title and section subtitle both are at the center, aligned exactly at the center. Next we have the layer, that is container. Container max width is 758, margin left is margin left, margin right. Then grid is display. Then we have gap is 1.5 rem. Header, for the header we want width equal to 100%, position is fixed, it is fixed at top, and z index is highest z index is given. Border color is background color is exactly same as the body color, so that whenever we move back to the dark version, the entire header also will turn into black color. Next we have the nav bar. Here you can see nav maximum width is 968 pixel, height is taken, display flex, justify content, space between. So the reason to use space between is that so you can see this is the logo, and this entire nav bar along with the tag, these all are comes under one div. So we are aligning both of them by using the spaces added between them. So you can see here, that is given here, that is justify content, space between, align item center. Next we have nav logo and nav toggle, color and font weight is given. Then we have, whenever we hover onto the nav logo, you can see the color change in the color will change. You can also see here the blue color in the home tag. It is similar to this also. Whenever you hover onto that one, it will change into blue color. Next we have nav toggle, cursor pointer, hover, same effect. And for the mobile version, this is for the mobile version, that whenever in the mobile version we won't have space like in the desktop version. We don't have this much amount of space. We'll only have small space. That is because the screen size of the mobile is very small. So what we will do means we will use as position is fixed, and we're gonna move that move that entire nav bar towards bottom side. You can see bottom minus 100. So it will move out of the entire phone screen. It will go entirely below, and width is 100%, so it will go out of it. So what we're gonna do is that, the reason to do is that whenever we in the mobile version we will going to place a menu icon. So that menu icon whenever we click on that menu icon, the value that is gone minus 100. So bottom value becomes 0. Then automatically the entire nav bar will display above. That is the screen, above the screen it will display. So for that only we are using this. So then we have nav list is given as grid template column repeat 3. So you can see this is applicable in the you can see that it will be applicable in the mobile version. Then we have nav link is given as display flex direction is column, align item center, font size is given to them. Next we have nav link hover. So whenever we hover onto the nav items, you can see it will get a color of blue. Next we have nav icon, font size is given to that. Next we have nav close, that is position is absolute. Right is 1.3, bottom is 0.5 m, font size and cursor pointer is given to it. Next, whenever we hover onto nav close button, you can see the color will change. This it will be applicable in the mobile version. You cannot see in the desktop version. Next, we have show menu. This is the one I have told you about. So it will go minus 100, right? So it will go out of it. So whenever you click on the menu icon, then we will get bottom equal to 0 will apply to the website. Then it will display the entire nav bar. Next, we have active link. That is whenever we in the active link, you can see it will continuously glow in the blue color. For that we are using color equal to var. Next we have scroll header, that is box shadow. Next we can go to the home section. Let's go to the home section. In the main home section you can see we have a div. We are using data avers fade left, which is avers animation. So what will happen is that this entire section will fade from left side and it will display in the main section. So we have home content, we are applying grid to it, and we have social icons towards the edge. Then we have the far right, that is profile image. Next we have another div for home data, that is name. Hi, I am Aviram. Then h3 element for another to add class and auto input. Auto input is nothing but we are going to use JavaScript library for that. So continuously it will change the value. You can see here. Let me show you once. You can see this is the one. So what we are going to do is just we are creating a variable that is typed auto input. So auto input is a tag that id we have used over there. So class we have used over there. So what we are going to do is that a web developer, a YouTube, a student, a UX designer will showcase one after the another in the typed format. That is one letter it will display. So the back speed is 100, so it will display and it will move back. Then the new word will come, then it will display and it will move back. That is continuously it will loop will turn. This is used by script, that is AOS script we are using here. Next we can see home data, then we have paragraph tag, then we have anchor tag for contact me button. You can go to the CSS file, that is home container, we are using gap equal to 1. You can see the gap between here, this gap is nothing but 1 rem. Next we have home content, grid template is 0.5 fr 3 fr. You can see entire home content we are dividing to 3 parts. One is this one, that is social media icons, then we have the data, home data, then we have the image. Next you can see padding top is 3.5 m, align items center. Then we have home social icons, we are using display grid template column max content. When using row gap is 1 rem. So here we are using this so that it will be aligned one after the another like this. You can see here in the image. Then we have home social icon, font size is given, color is given to it. Then we have home cycle so whenever you hover on it, the color will change and the transition effect will take. So what will happen is that whenever you hover onto this button, it will move upside. You can say translate y. So translate y minus 0.25 m. So it will move upwards. Minus means negative. So it will move upside. Next we have home blob, width is equal to 200 pixel, fill equal to next we have home data, grid column is 1 by 3. You can see 1, 2 and 3. Then we have Home title, we have given the values, font size, similar values, font size, color, font weight, and margin bottom. You can see margin bottom also. After the title we have small gap, that is nothing but the margin bottom that we have provided. In home description we have margin bottom is given to that also. Then home scroll button. Next we have the scroll name, scroll arrow. You can see these all values will come here, the button, for the button. Next we have the button element. For the button element we are using inline block. Background color is given, color, padding, border radius, and font radius. You can see the border radius is minus 0.5 rem. So that 0.5 rem is nothing but the curve at the edges. That curve is done by border radius. Next we have button hover effect. The background color will change. Next we have button icon. The icon, for the icon also you can see the icon, the small arrow icon. Then button white. Then we have button white hover effect, and we have button flex. So display inline, align items is center. Next we have button small, padding equal to 0.75 m. This button small is for the mobile version. Button link is given. Then we have button link hover effect. That is whenever you hover onto it, we can get a background color is transparent and color will be first color. Then we can go to the about section. So in the about section, you can see we have H2, that is section title, section subtitle. We have already gone through it. So these two values are already mentioned. So next we can go to the next one is div section. We using fade left. So it from the left side it will fade into the inside the website. You have a div that is about data div. In that we have the paragraph tag for the description, and we are giving a small information, that is how many years of experience, how many projects have completed, and how many clients have done by using span element. You can see span is all the tags that you are going to use, that we have used. Then we have another div for button, that is to download CV. So we can go to the CSS here. You can see about image width equal to 200 pixel, border radius is 0.5 m. So let me show you the image so that you can understand it while we go through it. You can see this is the image, and you can see border curve, small curves at the edges. That curve is nothing but the border radius. And we have description, text align is center, margin bottom is given to it. Then we have about info, displays flex, and justify content is space evenly. You can see this is the one. You can see 5 years of experience. Then we have gap, then 100 plus the gap 75. So these are aligned at equal spaces. That is given here, that the code. Then we have info title, then info name. For that we are giving values, info title and info name. We have block, display block, text align is center. Then we have about button, displays flex, justify content is center. You can see it is aligned at the center. Next we have skills section. Let's go to the skills section. The skills section, you can see the same first two elements, that is H2 and span element. We are having section title, section subtitles. So these values, skills and my tech knowledge will be added exactly at the center. You can see here skill section. So both section title and section subtitle added at the center. Then we have skill set, that is display flex, justify content is space between. First let's go to the HTML file. So first skill we are going to have is that skill 1. Here I am adding using div for skills header, skills entire content. Then I am using div for skills header, and first we are going to add an UI element, that is, you can see here, you can see this element, the icon. Then I have another div to have h1 element for the name, that is front-end developer, and span element for more than 4 years. Then I have another tag for arrow for angle down button. You can see here, you can see this icon. Next, the similar one is repeated again. So I will explain you one skill set so that you can be able to understand it perfectly. Then I have skills list, skills data, skills titles. In the first skills title div, we have h3 element for the title HTML, and a span element to mention our proficiency, that is 95%. Then skills bar to mention the skills percentage. You are using here skills bar. and by using the CSS we are going to do it so that we can fill this value here. You can see the bar element. Then in the similar way we're going to copy the data, skill data. Then I'm going to use CSS and for JavaScript and for React. Then for the similar one we're going to copy this entire code, this skill set 1 code, and we're going to paste it again. Now we are going to use it as backend developer, and for more then we're going to add the same skill list to it, so that entire code is copied again. So there is no changes. The similar code is dumped again for the next second section, that is for the backend developer. So let's go through the code. Next we have skill set is displays flex, justify content is space between. So let me uh, okay. Now where we are, yes, we have skill header, displays flex, align items is center, margin bottom is value specified, then cursor is pointer. You can see skills icon, skills arrow. You can see both one, that is this icons and the arrow buttons. You can see both arrow buttons. For them we are adding font size and color. Next, for the skill title we are adding font style. For skill subtitle we are adding font size and color. Then margin left for the arrow icon. Transition is 4 seconds. Then we have skills list, for which we are adding row gap is 1.5 rem and padding left is 2.7 rem. So what will happen is that the row gap, the gap between each and every skill is added here. That is row gap is 1.5 rem. Then we have titles, displays flex, justify content space between. So each and every one, every skill will have equally spaced between them. That is done here. Then we have for the skills name we are adding the font size and font weight. For skills bar, this is how we are gonna add the bar effect to it. We are gonna mention the percentage. Height is equal to 5 pixel. Border radius is 25 rem. 0.25 rem. You can see the curvature, the circular one. Then we have skills bar. Background color is we are adding the skills bar. For skills percentage we are using displays block. Background color is given to it. And for each and every skill section I have mentioned here, that you can see show you here. Here we are having a div with a span element, a skills percentage and skills HTML. Here we are not mentioning any value because this value will come from here. You can see skills.html width is 95%, so that width is nothing but this blue color line. You can see that is how we are gonna mention the bar effect to mention how much percentage of proficiency we have in particular skill. So this is the code that for each and every section. Skills Python. Then we have skills close, skills list, that is height is 0, overflow is hidden. So whenever you click on this front end developer button, this arrow will come up and the entire list of skills will down. So whenever you click it again, then entire list will be hidden. So that is the reason we are using overflow is hidden. So all list will disappear. Then max content, then we have transition effect, that is rotate minus 180 degrees is nothing but, so whenever you click on, you can see this icon, you can see here this icon. So whenever you click on this button, it will rotate and it will rotate 180 degrees. You can see in the V shape, reverse V shape, that is added here. Next we have the services section. Services section. In the services section, you can see same h2 and span element for section title and section subtitle. So let's me show you services. This is the services. You can see the small boxes around behind it. These are the services. Then when you click on that service to view more, then you will get this box effect. You can see service container gap is 1.5 rem. Grid template column says that to repeat to 1fr. Then you have service content. You can see here we have the div as service content. In div, another div we have for mentioning the h3 element to mention what what service you are providing, that is web developer. By using BR means break tag, it will break the element and it will form it in the next line. You can see here web, and after that we are getting the developer. You can see here a span element for view more button, and we have an arrow button, a link. So you can see here below. So whenever you click on that view more, you will get this box icon and it will display more information. Then we have, this is the hidden data, that whenever you click on that button, view more button, this div will be displayed. That is, it will contain div element with h4 element, that is web developer. Then we have UL, unordered list, and list item, and I tag for mentioning the to represent the icon. You can see this icon, tick icon. Then we have some data that we have written using paragraph tag. So whenever you click on this view more button, this will display in such a way, it will hover entire box and will display the information. And whenever you click on this X icon, it will close. So for that, we are using service content. Position is relative, background color is given, padding, then we have border radius and transition. You can see the box, the border box shadow is nothing but the box effect around the box, each and every box. Then we have service. So whenever you hover onto it, the box shadow will display. Next we have services icon. You can see the icon here. You can see above that icon. Next we have services title. We have services title. For that we are given values. Then we have services button, pointed buttons. Then services model is the one. The square box, you can see this square box is nothing but the services bottom model. I am using position is fixed, top is 0, left is 0, right is 0, bottom is 0, so it will align exactly at the center. Background color is given, display flex, all items are aligned exactly at the center. You can see. Then we have padding Z index is higher, Z index is given to it, opacity is 0, visibility is hidden. So only whenever you click on that particular button, view more button, it will display. Then visibility will be visibility will change. You can see services model content. Then we have flex, model title, model flows. Model flows is nothing but the button. For that we are using position is absolute, top, right, and font size is given to it. So it will move to the edge of the box. You can see the top right edge. The top is one dim and right is one dim. So towards the top right end, we are placing the close icon. Then we have active model, that is opacity will be 1 and visibility will be visible. That will happen whenever you click on this view more button, so it will be visible, and whenever you close this button it will disappear. So how that happens is that we have to go to the JavaScript, scroll up, change background header, services model. You can see first I am gonna get those values, that is service model, services button, services model flows. So let me show you those values in the index.html. You can see this is the service model class. Then we have the service, then we have services button, services button. You can see services button, the view more button. Then we have another one is services model flows, services model flows. Yeah, you can see a services model flows. So these three values are referred in the JavaScript, and three variables are created, constant variables, that is model views, model buttons, model close. So what we are going to do is that we're going to create a function that model click dot classes dot add active model. So what it will do, whenever you click on this view more button, then it will add this value, that is styles will add to it, that is visibility will be equal to visible, opacity visibility will be visible, then you will be able to see this box. And for each model button I add event listener. So for each and every model we are adding an event listener click. So whenever you click on the button, we're gonna know the I value, and based on the I value, we will display whichever box that has to be displayed. Next, we have for each model element, we're gonna so whenever you click on the button, you can see here. So whenever you click on this cross button, then automatically you can see whenever if you're adding an event listener to it. So whenever we click on it, then we're going to remove classes active.model. Then whenever we are going to remove the classes active.model value to it, then the visibility will become hidden. You can see here. We will change back to hidden, so it will be closed. It will close. That is the JavaScript for it. Next, you can go. This is same section is copied again. So skills 2. Then we have services, third one, similar one. You don't have to be worried about it. Next, we have the portfolio section. You can see the section title and section subtitle, portfolio, and my recent work. Then I have another div. That div is fade. I am using swiper wrapper here, which is JavaScript library for the smooth swipe effect. You can see here. Let me show you this effect. So you can, by clicking on these buttons, you can move from one portfolio product to another, and it will move for a few seconds, that is 2 to 3 seconds onwards. Also it will move continuously automatically without any. Here I am having a div, and for that div first I'm gonna have an image. Then we have another div, that is portfolio data. I'm using h3 element, paragraph tag, and anchor tag to have the demo link. So this code is copied again for 3 times for 3 codes. You can have 4, 6, 10 projects, as many as you wish. So what I'm doing is that, for that, let's go to the CSS file. Model title I have given, active link told also. So now portfolio overflow is initial. Then we are what I'm doing is that for the image, portfolio image, I'm giving width equal to 265 pixel. Border radius is 0.5 m. You can see here in the image, the edges are curved. Small curve is given to the image. Then I have portfolio title, portfolio description, portfolio button hover. So whenever you hover onto the button, it will translate text. It will, so you can see that. So whenever you hover onto this button, it will expand. That value is given here. That is translate x 0.25. It will be very small. It will expand. The button will expand. Then I have font size, color, left, left is minus 0.5 m. These values are aligned here. You can see this end swiper icons. One is at one end, another one is at another end. By using right equal to -5, one is at right side, one is at left side. Then we have pagination. That is nothing but, you can see this these dots. By clicking on these dots also, we can move from one project to another. Next, next we have testimonial section. The similar code is copied again, so we don't have to worry about it. Next we have the testimonial section, same section title, section subtitle, and we have a swiper error. So if the swiper doesn't work, let me show you. That error is also shown here. We have the testimonial. In the testimonial section, we are using a div for the testimonial one. That is, in that div we are having testimonial data, then another div for testimonial header, that is image, and then we are gonna have data, that is h3 element for AK, and span element for client name. Then we have paragraph tag used for testimonial, that is the data that has been given by the clients. So these divs are by using the swiper slide similar to this exact one. So we are gonna have these testimonial values. That values are given here. It is exactly the same. Just if I continue space between uh, testimonial image is given values, that is 50 pixel. Width is given, height is 50 pixel, border radius is 50%, so that you can get a circular one. exact circle. Then margin right is given to it. Name, clients and description, you can see these are the same values, that is font size and color values. Next we have the contact button. You can go to the contact section. The similar one is copied again. Testimonial 2, testimonial 3, testimonial 4 all have the same code. Then next we have the contact form. Here in the div we are using div, that is for first we are going to mention the HTTP and span element for mentioning Gmail. Then we are using another div for HTTP and span element, and we are using I tag, that is for the UI elements. Let me show you the one image. This is the image. You can see the UI elements, that is Gmail icon and Instagram icon. Then we have another form. Then we have the form. In the form we are using label, that is name. Input element we are using the type function. Definitely type is the type function. Text, and for email we are using email as type. So that if the user doesn't mention @gmail.com, it will show an error that you have not provided the proper data. So that definitely try to use a type element in it. So we have another div for input text for project name, and next, and we are using text area. So whenever you have lot of data that you want to mention and you want more space than the normal text one, normal input button, then you will use this text area tag. Then you can mention how many rows you want. By mentioning the rows, you can increase the entire size of the box. Then we have button to send message with the message icon. This is the form, the contact. So we will go to the CSS. Contact container is row gap theorem. You can see the gap is theorem between these two values. Then we have displays flex. Next, contact icon, we are giving font size margin values for contact item, title, subtitle, content. You know these border radius values. Next we have contact input, width is 100%, background color is main color, and color is given to it. Outline is none, border is none. You can see here there is no border or no outline for the input elements. Then we can go to the next one, that is footer section. In the footer section you can see that div is footer background div. We are having in that background div we have another div, that is footer container. In the div we are having the div, that is footer data, that is I'm mentioning. And then you have UI element to mention the three links that you want to mention in the footer element, so that you can move to that particular sections. Then we have another div for social icons. You can see Instagram, GitHub and Twitter icons by using the anchor tag, and we can have the icons embedded into the HTML using I tag. Then we have paragraph tag for all that's reserved, and to get the copyright symbol we use this value copy value. You can see here. Next, the footer CSS, you can see here footer, same values, background padding, font size, margin bottom. You can see displays flex, flex direction is column, and row gap is 1.5. You got space. I just wanna be young. You can see the footer. For the footer we have added row gap, background color is given, the same values, font size, margin values here we are using. Then we have footer social hover effect, so whenever you hover you get a color change. These are all values you know. Then we have the scroll up button. The scroll up button will be available at the bottom right side. Okay, so whenever you click on that button you will move back to the first section. So the scroll up button, here you can see div anchor tag with the class name as scroll up. We have an icon, scroll up icon div. So whenever you click on this button you will move back to the starting page, that is given here. Next we have the row scroll. Then we have, this is for the scroll bar. This is scroll bar. This is how you integrate a scroll bar into your website. WebKit scroll bar, you mention the width of the scroll bar, background color and border radius. and this is the thumb hover effect. Then we have the media queries. For the media queries, you can that media queries are for the mobile devices. If you want your website to be available in mobile tab or desktop, you can use this mobile query. The small change will be there in the font size will change, padding values will change. So it is not that much of a difficulty. You can easily see it. So this the size values will change. So nothing very difficult values will change. And most of the time flex direction will change. So flex direction in the desktop you can see it is very screen size is big, so we are aligning the flexes in the row format. So in the mobile version we want them into the column version, so you can see flex direction is column. So mostly flex direction you can see, and grid template will automatically change from one fr, that is one, only one will be displayed in the entire value. uh, these all values are similar values that we have already discussed. The only change is that they will change in the size values will change, or the display values will change, or alignment. That's all. So don't have to worry about it so much. So just concentrate on building the desktop version, and it will be very easy for you to get the mobile version also. Then we have the waving hand. This waving hand will be having in the home section. You can see in the home section this will continuously wave, that is it will continuously shake from a particular section time to time. That animation is added here. 0% it will rotate 0.0 degrees, and 10% will rotate to 10 degrees. So it will continuously move by using this transform rotate function. It will continuously move. Infinite time loop will be given to it. You can see here infinite time. Animation iteration time is infinite. That's all. Already told you about these values. Then we have the nav menu. I've told you show menu. How show menu, you know this, right? Nav menu, nav toggle, and nav close. So whenever you click on the nav menu icon, so it will check add event listener to it. So whenever you click on the nav menu, it will show menu. Class list will be added to it, and show menu will display the menu bar from the bottom side. I've told you before. Then it will remove it whenever you click on the X button. I've told you about the skills section. Then I've also told you services. So this Viper function is added to the portfolio section. You told you the buttons, all of that. Then the scrolling effect, then change in theme. That is, you can see dark mode and light mode. I've told you this code also. So go through the entire web tutorial because I've explained you in the same section format, so that one section in the linear wise I've explained you. Like in the service section, then I've explained the service CSS, then I will explain the any JavaScript that I've added. Then in the similar format, the entire source code will be available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. It takes really lot of efforts to make a line by line code. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment section, and any suggestions, any new website that you want me to build, definitely let me know in the comment box. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section the next project that I should work on, or any suggestions that you want to tell me. So let's go from the first section. In the home section, you can see I have added the social media icons as well as GitHub and Twitter. Then we have the contact button. You can see the hover effect on the contact button. You can also see the hover effect on the nav bar. You can see contact me, and the button for light mode and dark mode. So I'm changing for light and dark mode. Then you can see the smooth animation effect, scrolling effect. Then we have the download CV button. Next, in the skills section, you can see I have added button effect. You can see, and when you open one, the other one will process automatically. Then we have the service section. In services, in the services section, you can see web designer, UI designer, branding designer, and you can see this also with close on box model effect as we click on the service that we want to know more about. You can see next we have the portfolio section. You can see the demo button. You can see the swiper function using the swiper.js library. Then we have the testimonial section. You can see the testimonials by some of my clients. Next we have the contact section. You can see the smooth animation, and I have used the type function in the email and the form elements. You can see the hover effect on the button. Then same similar social media icons, quick links, and top bar button. If you go back to the first page, then we can go to the. You can also have this website in the dark mode. You can see social media icon. You can see the hover effect, the entire website in the dark mode. You can see the smooth animation and transition effect. Swiper.css file, swiper.js is used in this website design. This website is totally responsive. That is also available in the mobile version. Let me show you the desktop version. Now let's go through the mobile version. You can see the mobile version. The smooth transition effect and the navbar is available in the below. You can see you can move from one section to another section. It gives a very professional app view to your website, and it is also available in dark mode. So the source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Definitely try to build this project. Thank you.